Good morning. My name is Ted Clouser, host of Win the Minute, Win the Day, the show that focuses on bringing hope to the chaos. Today, my guest is Gavin Garbutt. Gavin's passion is to help MSPs, which are managed service providers in the IT space, leverage technology to achieve industry-leading growth and profitability. As co-founder and CEO of Enable Technologies, which was successfully sold to Solarwinds, Gavin has been a founder in several successful startups, responsible corporate governance, strategy, restructuring, and corporate financing for private and public companies. Among many industry accolades, Enable was ranked on Deloitte Canada's Technology Fast 50, 3 years running, and Deloitte's Fast 500 for North America. CRN Magazine has 3 times named Gavin one of North America's top 25 most innovative and influential executives of the year. As a former principal and board member of THP, Gavin had the pleasure of helping his daughter build THP into North America's leading content and digital marketing firm, resulting in a highly successful sale of the company in 2018. Currently the chairman and co-founder of Augmentt Technology, the #1 software as a service management platform for MSPs and MSSPs. He's also had the opportunity to do multiple transatlantic sales. Well, welcome to the show, Gavin. It's an honor to have you.
Ted, I'm also chief bottle washer and toilet cleaner. So anything that needs to get done, I'm there.
I love it. Well, that's probably why you're so successful. Well, let's just jump right in. What is your approach to personally waking up with a go win the day attitude?
Well, Ted, I'd probably say there's 2 aspects to that. One is having a positive attitude about life. And I think, we create those ourselves. And my belief is that as long as I'm trying to do the absolute best thing I can for all stakeholders involved, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's business associates, if I'm doing my best for everybody around me, then I'm happy with my life because I can't do more than my best for everybody. And I believe that creates your own karma because people appreciate that and you create your own good luck. And so, when you create your own good luck, you tend to have good luck. And it's not that you don't have bad luck from time to time, because you do. But and then I think the other part of it is I'm a highly disciplined and organized person. So I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. And I have a plan. So I'm not firefighting and trying to worry about what am I supposed to do tomorrow or next week or next month or today. So life is pretty good.
Well, that probably helps with your stress level significantly, right? Well, I've had the opportunity to know you for over 15 years, and I've watched you found 2 MSP or MSSP. We're going to add the second S because we believe security is so important. Platforms that are truly making a huge mark in the industry. What's driven that passion for you?
Well, so as you mentioned, I've had 7 successful startups, public and private companies, and I love innovation. I love to find an old industry that hasn't changed, and how can you innovate? How can you disrupt? How can you put a value proposition in front of somebody that they would be crazy not to want? And that's going to truly help their business. And the same thing, when we started Enable back in 2000, the first multi-tenant remote monitoring and management platform, and the whole my whole ethos was, well, all these service providers are making very little money in their business, and they're all firefighters. And what a not great business. And at the enterprise level, you had all these remote monitoring and management platforms, and people were automating their tasks. And that just made so much sense to me. And I couldn't understand why it wasn't available for small and medium-sized enterprises and the channel to service them. So we literally invented this platform And it took 3 years, mind you, for us to educate the channel and get them on board to understand that proactive and manage was better than break fix. But what we knew is that if we could help a technician going from managing 125 devices to 800 devices at $60 a seat per device, then all of a sudden your profits go from 2 to 3% up to 25 to 30%. And that excites me. So if I'm helping business owners take a business from a 3% EBIT to a 25% EBIT, they're happy, I'm happy, and we're all making money together. And that's truly exciting. And so, with Augmentt, I look back in the last 20 years, IT service providers, as they've evolved from reactive to proactive to managed services, have been doing basically the same thing in the same model for a long period of time. And so now with IT moving to the cloud and products like ServiceNow, Better Cloud, Flexera, all these great SaaS management products at the enterprise level, but guess what? Nothing for the channel or small and medium-sized enterprises. So we invented Augmentt, the first basically RMM for SaaS security and SaaS management for the channel. And I believe that IT service providers, MSPs, MSSPs, will evolve their traditional managed services for devices to also include cloud services and cloud security services. And that's what we want to help the channel do, is evolve their business yet again into managing cloud services and increasing things like consulting over time and DevOps over time. So, these are all part of the roadmap for the future, but this is, I believe, the next evolution of the channel, the next big opportunity. And so that excites me. That's like, if I can help the channel again in that way, that's just really exciting.
Well, no doubt. And obviously cloud is a part of every business's DNA, whether they know it or not. They have cloud, and that's really the whole point of Augmentt, right? They might not even know they're using it. And so you're trying to help put a spotlight on that.
Well, that's right. Because you think, before COVID, everybody had their networks, everything was secure, awesome. And then boom, everybody went remote. Every department, every employee starts adopting all these SaaS applications. All the data starts moving to the cloud, and they're the new endpoints. Right? The cloud is the new endpoint, and that's where the data is going, and that's where the security breaches are happening, and that is part of IT now. And if you unplugged the applications for the business, the business would not function. I actually believe most businesses are technology companies that deliver a service or product.
Absolutely.
And you guys, the channel, MSPs, have this great advantage to help the customers really optimize the business and be competitive and go out and win the day themselves. And so that excites me, is the whole chain of the end customer and helping them be more effective and productive, making their employees happy because they've got great apps that work, that are secure, and they can do their job better.
Well, and that's one of the things that I've always thought about you, Gavin, is that you can tell you care. We're going to talk about that here in an upcoming question. But first, what's a memorable story that you can share about how you had to personally live out winning the day?
Well, I can tell you about a rogue wave that almost got me.
Okay.
I think one of the things from a business perspective, if I look back at Enable, when back in 2008 and 9, Derek, who's my partner at Augmentt and was our first employee at Enable, VP of Marketing Business Development, just was my right-hand guy in strategy and all things building. But what we understood was that our partners were only actually managing 10% of their customers. So the rest were still on break fix, time and material type of programs. And so we had to try to understand, okay, how do we help the MSP help their customer to become proactive and proactively monitor and manage their services? So we went out, we met with pretty much every smart software company we could in the world, and tried to learn why they were so smart, why we were so stupid, and what could we do better to help our channel partners get all of these customers managed. And what we realized is that if we rebuilt our platform and created what we called the essential license, which allowed, as you remember, our partners to go to all of their non-managed customers for free and be able to do full monitoring, asset management, provide remote control services for free. And we gave $72 million of software away. We spent a year and a half in development. So like, think of it, 60 engineers for a year and a half developing this. So the cost to me personally was enormous. Yeah. Most of our company even was saying, "Are you crazy, Gavin? You're going to invest that much and give $72 million of software away for free?" And I said, absolutely, because if I help the channel go out and help their customers, the customers are going to buy their services, and then the MSP is going to buy more of my services. So, this is a investment and a win-win. And we saw the adoption go from 10% to 20% to 50% to 60% in 2 years. So the growth of Enable ended up being a meteor. Wow. But so did our partners, managed service practices, because they converted break-fix customers to proactive and to managed customers. And that was truly exciting to me. That was so rewarding to be able to make that investment, help the channel, and then see the results. And then we all benefited from it. So it was a win-win.
Well, and that ties in exactly with what I was mentioning earlier. I mean, you have a heart for the people that you ultimately, I think you've told me before, you feel like you worked for the MSPs. And it's clear to me that passion comes through. But what I always was, I was so admiring of is that you're one of the most approachable CEOs I've ever met. So what's the story behind that? How you are building, you've got to be busy, but you were always approachable.
Ted, I think because the customer's first. And, for us, the customer is the partner. And we are only going to be as good as our partners make us. And I believe that having feedback and spending time with the partners and talking to the partners is absolutely critical. And during the Enable days, as CEO, that was one of my main functions. Was just I wanted to talk to partners every single day, and I wanted to get feedback from partners, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes us better. So, I am here to serve, and I'm here to listen, and I like to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly. And, and same thing with Augmentt. Like, we started the company right away with an advisory board because we wanted to get real-time feedback. And, I want to deal with smart people like you. And I love working with smart people who are going to provide me with great feedback. And that's at the owner level. It's at the technicians level also, the people actually using the product. The more feedback we get, the more ideas, the better we will be.
So true. Well, you want to talk at all about the transatlantic sale? I know I talked about it in your intro. Anything that you want to share?
Well, on the way across the Atlantic, we had a hurricane. That was exciting.
Oh my.
And a boat had just got lost 2 weeks before us at about the same spot in another storm. Crew of 4 lost. So you don't do these things without understanding the risks, but you plan and you hope it goes well. And then on the way back, so my wife joined us joined me in for the Med cruise, and then she flew home, and I did a solo transatlantic coming back to North America, and it was awesome. It was I told my wife, I said, I'm not sure when I'm going to be home because I'm not using the engine. I'm doing this old school, so I had water and food for 3 months. And but I ended up having 40 knot winds the whole way, 12-foot seas plus.
Wow.
And I just flew across, and I did it ended up doing it in 3 weeks, 20 days actually. So I got lucky.
Yeah. Wow. Well, so for everybody listening, you've got your modern day Christopher Columbus here with me today. So this is a big deal. Well,
all good fun.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I could go on for hours talking with you, Gavin. It's always a pleasure to be able to connect with you. But I do want to ask. So, how do you personally unwind after winning the day?
Well, I think I unwind during the day also. So start the day off 6 a.m. Walk the dog on the beach, have an hour workout, read the Wall Street Journal, get to work, and I take a break halfway through the morning, take the dog for another walk, and I've always had a lunchtime walk my whole life. Every lunch, go for a walk, and at the end of the day, I take the dog for another walk on the beach. So it's kind of surreal and beautiful. And in the summertime, the pool's open. Have a swim every evening, and so a combination of exercise and just being disciplined about what you do from a business, personal level, and yeah, and living in a beautiful environment like I have the good fortune to live in.
No doubt. I love the mantra, work hard, play harder. And I think that you live that
That's
life very
very true.
well, Gavin, thank you for the time that you spent with us today. And I look forward to continuing to watch what you do in your career.
Ted, thank you very much for your friendship over the last 15 plus years, and your partnership. And you are a truly valued partner and a leader in the MSP space. And it's absolutely my pleasure to be here with you.
Well, thank you. It's my honor and pleasure as well. And on that note, go win the day every day.